What is up, everyone? Welcome. As usual, hopefully everyone is having a great day. We are... what are we? We are a couple of days away from Season 17. 48 hours, really, actually. Almost on the dot. 48 hours and 10 minutes. That was not planned, but there we go. And so... what I want to do today, sorry, I just sent out tweets, you guys know how it goes. What I wanted to do today is really sit down and collect all of the information that we know about Season 17. Because of how Bungie has gone about talking about this season, it's very non-traditional, which is fine. I'm all for them trying out new stuff. I'm not freaking out about it. I'm actually, if anything, gets me more confident. And so there's just a lot of information just floating around in the ether right now. And I really want to go through and look at past TWABs and see what we're going into Season 17, as well as take a look at some articles I found about the future of Destiny 2 in general. And then if I'm missing any, articles or tweets or whatever, you guys can submit those and I can take a look at those as well. And we can talk about them. Because, like I said, I think a large part of seasonal... We talked about this last stream, but a large part of, like, the trailers and stuff isn't just to let us know what's going on. It's to generate actual hype for the seasons. And I feel like some of that might be kind of missing because there's a lot we don't know about this upcoming season. Sorry, I'm just altering my lighting a little bit. And so I want to go through everything. There's a ton. So how's everyone doing? Mr. Business, Hot Sauce, Dennis, Last Light, Chrome, Melcado, Ghost Apple, Nevin, Deadwolf, Velocity, KP Boomer. How's everyone doing? Immorality? How the hell is everyone doing? Season 17, DMG posted a yellow couch yesterday. Cal is confirmed. I hope Orcs doesn't come back. I do not think they would do that. Yo, Corvots, what's up? Dawson, how you doing? Arshka says I work currently, but I guess that won't be a problem since the stream doesn't have a lot of stuff to see. I'll just be listening for the most part. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the point. Yeah, man. I'm making deals and doing business, says Mr. Business. Hey, I respect it, dude. Hell yeah. You want Orcs or Crota, just go to Destiny 1. I understand that I want to return to that sort of thing. Especially because, like, for instance, I do not like King's Fall very much. I think it is incredibly overrated. And honestly, like, the main cause of that is Orcs. I hate the Orcs encounter so much. And I think, it makes sense. Bungie's learned a lot. They've grown as a company, and they have a renewed focus on what building raids looks like and a lot more experience. And so saying, like, hey, I want to see what this would look like if it was Destiny 2-ified, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And a lot of people didn't play Destiny 1 and they don't have Destiny 1 accounts. So I think it makes sense. Why didn't Bungie release a trailer for the new season yet? I think they are experimenting with new marketing techniques. And I think, to me, it says they are very confident and stuff. So one thing I don't have, I have a lot of articles. I have a lot of TWABs here. Look, I'll show you everything I pulled up. So here, I have about 7 TWABs or 8 TWABs. We're not going to be reading the whole thing, so only the things that apply to Season 17. And then in this other web browser tab, oh, not that one. In this other tab, I have 6 or 7 interviews. Sorry, it's light mode. I think I have dark mode on, in fact. So these web Dextero is like anti Google Chrome or Firefox add-on, I guess. But I really just want to go through these things and really break down, like, what do we actually know about Season 17? What do we actually know about post Witch Queen in Destiny, going into Lightfall and Final Shape and stuff? And And if I miss any information, if you guys know of any, I would prefer video interviews. I wasn't able to find any video interviews. But if you guys know of like a YouTuber that's done an interview with, some of the Bungie leadership or a gaming magazine or what have you, I would love to watch and react to one of those, because, reading text on the screen will never be as engaging as like watching an interview. So if you know of any of those, feel free to put those links in chat. I might have to enable that, but I'm fine with that. Or if you know of any things I haven't done, you can also just DM them to me on Discord or Twitter. Are you gonna make a video about this? All the info on season 17? No. So that's what I was originally going to do, and then it really struck me that like a lot of other YouTubers do that, but I feel like what's really missing from a lot of this is the discussion aspect of it. There's a lot to be said for just like quick news and tuning into a video and getting your news, but I think there's a whole nother level to dissecting that news and talking about it as a community, and I like this aspect a little bit more, so that's why I want to do this and not make a video. So yo, Garbage, what's up, man? Was excited for the new season trailer on Monday, but after not getting a trailer on Tuesday or Thursday this week, I really don't care now. Just wait and see. I'm pretty excited about it. Well, we're gonna see. It'll be on Tuesday morning. Dark Matter says we need a secret mission like Whisper and Outbreak again. I agree. I think the problem with this, and I'm fine with having all these conversations and stuff, and then we'll jump into all the twabs and stuff. I think a main problem with secret missions is now Bungie is trying to make them part of the season. They've done this for 3 of the last 5 seasons, where you have the Hawkmoon mission, Harbinger, you have Presage, and then you had, I guess this season with Vox Obscura, a little different. At least the first 2, Harbinger and Presage, were actually like truly secret. They were discovered in the game on accident type of things. Bungie's trying to roll them into the narrative of the season, and that's okay, but it's not the same. A huge part of why 0 Hour and Whisper were so popular was because they came out of left field. They had absolutely fuck all to do with the seasonal or expansion, because that they were included in. So Whisper of the Worm was part of Warmind, very late in Warmind, kind of served as a soft conclusion for the Zol story arc, I guess, but is not necessary for that expansion, is not part of that expansion if you look at it like that. And then 0 Hour was part of Season of the Drifter, which had absolutely nothing to do with that shit. And so like that's I feel like Bungie's maybe missing that, or they don't have the resources to do that, where they're trying to tie these secret missions into the season, and that makes them not feel as secretive. Another really cool thing about Whisper or 0 Hour is that, yeah, you could run them a couple of times for their cosmetics or whatever, but you never felt forced to do them. You just did them for fun. But with both Harbinger and Presage, you have been encouraged to run them every week, especially Presage for the collectibles and stuff. You had to run that every week for the duration of the season. And Vox Obscura did the same thing, and that's not the same. It's maybe similar in concept, but it is too connected, and it's connected to a point where they require you to do it for the seasonal shit, and it's just like that's not the same. I feel like they are really missing that chord of it's not connected to the main narrative, or maybe it's building on a narrative that's kind of going on in the background, and it just comes out of left field, and it's not advertised as part of the season, and it's not woven into part of the season. It's just something truly secretive. Corridors of Time is an alright example of that. I feel like Corridors of Time was obviously pretty woven in with the idea of the season, but I feel like that was very different because it is mass community puzzle, and it felt like we were actually, helping Osiris solve this thing. So that's a little different. Same thing with Niobe Labs. Niobe Labs was built in the Black Armory quite... I feel like... maybe that's where I should go with this. I feel like Vox Obscura and Harbinger and Presage are closer in theme to something like Niobe Labs, but they're trying to have this kind of secretive combat thing that Whisper and 0 Hour have, and it's just not a great meshing of the two things. I feel like if you really want to weave it into the narrative, something more community puzzle-esque works better. And if you want a secret mission, that truly just has to be disconnected to really hit the same. So we do not know the name of next season. That's really important. That thank you for bringing that up. That brings up a very good point that I need to address here. As always on the channel, there are no spoilers. If it does not come directly from Bungie, we are not interested in it. So I know there's a lot of theories and rumors flying around for the name of next season. Please do not talk about them here. So that's really important. Presage for sure has been a highlight of these more recent missions. Yeah, I agree. Presage was really good. And I still love Presage. It just doesn't hit the same. And I feel like if Presage was like a one or like a couple of times and done, it would have been a lot better. But I think you had to run it 12 weeks in a row for all the lore for, you know, triumphs and stuff. And that's just so much, you know? So, especially to be required to do something. So, I feel like Presage was the closest of the aforementioned three to hitting that original Whisper of the Worm and 0 Hour formula. It was a little bit more disconnected from the seasonal story as well. But the requirement where they just kept you going back over and over again, I feel like I have like Presage burnout, you know? Even though I probably did Whisper and 0 Hour more times, Presage, I feel like just being required to do it really, go to the moon, the music sounds different. So I actually saw this Monarch, I saw this tweet saying that the music has been changing on the moon, and I could tell you that's wrong. So I know a couple of people, and I know of a couple of people who do like the music archival stuff, and they have confirmed that over the past year, there's been no music change on the moon. People are like, what's that called? When it's like two people remember the same thing differently. There's a name for that effect, and it's a really common there's a name for it. Yeah, the Mandela effect, exactly. And so people are being totally Mandela effect by the moon right now. So, but I can confirm, I have talked to people, and I have also read other things from other people who have looked into any sort of music change for the moon over the past year, and that is false. So whoever, I don't know who started that rumor, but whoever started that rumor, don't trust their shit, you know? It's just wrong. You know? It's just like, I feel like this is really common for leakers in the community. You know me, I stay away from leaks, and I don't like spoilers, and I don't like leaks, and I think they're pretty antithetical to the experience that Bungie's trying to build. But I can't lie, I do find enjoyment from these leakers looking like complete fucking idiots when they're just wrong, you know? Like, I've got to say, that brings me a little bit of joy. So, that's one of my favorite things, for sure. Yo, Matt Boy, how you doing? How are you doing? Personally, I'm fine with gameplay leaks, but I hate story beat leaks. No, none of it. You can't really have one without the other, so just have none of them. So we're not going to talk about how a dev was the one who leaked it. A dev was the one who leaked the original paste bin after they got fired. But my understanding, as someone who is disconnected from this whole thing, but I have a lot of friends who are not, and I ask them vague questions, as in, is this valid? You know, like, or these sorts of things. Like after, like the original paste bin, I never read, but I have asked like directly to people who I know have read that stuff, and I've been like, is this legit? What's not legit? And my understanding is that guy got fired, reported everything that he knew, and will not be posting any more legitimate information. So, yeah. Okay. Yo, Black Raven, dude, I'm feeling great. So, just to reiterate, before we jump into this, we'll jump into this very soon. Sorry for the delay, but I like chatting and talking about next season, all these things. So to reiterate, tomorrow, maybe a stream, maybe not. We'll see. Tuesday, Bungie said there will be some sort of countdown for the trailer. So I'm gonna go live probably about 30 minutes before that countdown goes. Well, maybe I'll be live very early on Tuesday morning. Let's just say that whenever the trailer drops, the seasonal page will drop as well. We'll do a full breakdown of these things. We'll take a look at everything. We'll break it all down. Season drops. We're gonna do everything. I have a very long flight on Wednesday. So unfortunately, on Wednesday I will be leaving for Europe, and I will not be getting back until the following Wednesday night. And so on Tuesday, I'm going to do absolutely fucking everything I can. I'm going to be gone for a week, and then we're going to be doing things like solo blinding the dungeon, so I can, try to figure all that stuff out myself, and because I love that shit. It'll be Iron Banner that week, so we'll be grinding for the title and that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty excited, man. But that's what's going to be happening. Lots and lots of content on Tuesday. Unfortunately, then immediately after a week break. But then we're going to be going back into the swing of it. I wonder if anyone will employ that leaker. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a really good point. I always wonder why these people do that shit. It has to just be for the internet clout, right? Or more likely what happens is that leaker is just telling, they have a couple friends. So for instance, I have friends and I have played with Bungie employees. So like, that's not uncommon. Especially in the kind of more sweatier circles of the game. I have friends who are in clans with like leaders of the game and shit. Like, that is not uncommon. They do not talk about the game at all. They're not allowed to, obviously, especially the higher ups. But it would not surprise me if, some guy was in a clan with this Bungie dev, and this Bungie dev was like, all right, I'll tell you some stuff, but don't leak it. They wrote it all down in a paste bin and then fucking leaked it. And that's what happened. I find it hard to believe that someone would sabotage their own career like that. But maybe one of their friends accidentally did. Yeah. Okay. We can keep talking. So, Miss 5000 Watts is literally married to a Bungie dev. I doubt she gets insider info. I bet she hears some things. I doubt she knows like the exact. Well, I don't know. Like, if I was a Bungie dev or it's one of those things. I would bet she knows some stuff, and that's just how spouses talk, right? Like, Victoria knows what's going on in my work. I know what's going on in her job. It's like one of those things. And so you can't, I find it hard to believe that a spouse doesn't just not talk about his work, Maybe it's very vague. Having met Miss 5000 Watts and having, knowing what type of person she is, I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, don't tell me specifics, because, you wouldn't want to be responsible for anything. But it's just one of those things. But people are friends with devs all the time. It's just how it works. There's nothing wrong with that. Devs play the game too. The problem is when devs do get a little bit, and it's very few and far between, but they start leaking information. And some people like that. I don't like that. Bungie obviously does not like that. Just like spouses of government contractors. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, you can sign all the NDAs you want, but it's like your wife, or it's like, technically, so for instance, like, I do research, and I should not talk about any of my research because I don't want other people to scoop my research or do it faster than I can. So I do not talk about my active research at all, with the exception of my wife. Like, that's just like how shit works. That's just what you do. And so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be trusted to sign any NDAs. But that's just one of those things. Alrighty, so we can start breaking down these TWABs. So I want to go through. These were all the TWABs I could find that had information on the upcoming season 17. We're going to call it season of What's like, okay, I mean, if we had to realistically guess, I was going with Aramis, now I'm going with Callus. They've already done Season of Opulence, so what's next? I'm gonna go Season of the Emperor. That's my guess. That's my Season of the Emperor. I think that sounds cool as fuck. But it's like, it's one of those things, I don't think they would ever give us an Emperor title. That would be cool as fuck, but I don't think they would. Season of the Disciple, I like that a lot. Season of Salvation, that was my guess for Witch Queen, I think. I think that was like my on the record. I think it'll be called Season of Salvation. I love that name. Salvation and Disciple are definitely awesome. So, that's pretty good. Emperor title would be pretty cool. Season of the Worthy, already had that one. Season of the Worthier. Oh, once again, we do not discuss... Okay, so first off, that's wrong, but also we do not discuss leaks here. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys just one more general warning. There are no leaks in this channel. If you come into a channel, any YouTube channel, and you assume that leaks are good, you're an asshole, okay? If you come into a channel and after you have heard them say we don't discuss spoilers, you still post spoilers, now you're a bitch face asshole, okay? So that's like how this works. Twice. Hello, honey. Hello. Oh my goodness. Is this just one?
Yeah.
That's huge. Holy, thank you. We got lunch, boys. Holy shit. So now would be a really great time to have a video. This is what I'm talking about. A video going over some stuff that I could react to. So. So I'm gonna eat this real quick, and then we can talk about stuff. So if you have any theories or questions or anything about the next season, let them fly. We can discuss it while I'm eating real quick, and then we'll start breaking down stuff. I'm assuming because they want King's Fall to flow into the previous season, I would assume it'd be hive-based or moon-based because of Rolk's Eyes. Rolk's Eyes is something that we've not been discussing in terms of these upcoming seasons, but that's a really good point. I'm not convinced that King's Fall or Wrath of the Machine, yo, Billy, thank you for subbing, that Wrath of the Machine or the Returning Raid, whatever it is going to actually connect with the story. Vault of Glass didn't, for instance. So, Season of Betrayal, that's pretty good. Did the wife walk in right as you said bitch face asshole? She did. Has a new Keysville come in? Dude, it came in so long ago, Anonymous. Yeah, I've got a broken string on it. But I'll show you. I tweeted out about it a while ago. I've actually done a couple of covers on Twitter with it. I need to get new strings because I want to do a cover of the new Dungeon soundtrack. But it's got I snapped a low E string. Hugo, all event titles are free to play. How many guitars you got now? Here, I'll show you. Make sure my desk is clean. Sorry. You should be able to see it here. So that's my guitar rack. Can you see it? Oh, you can see the necks of my guitar right there. That box is my cat's box. That's why it's there. I have 5 guitars. Right there. No, right there. Sorry you can't see it better. I have a question. Well, oh yes, I already answered that, sorry. Season of Regicide, i.e. overthrowing Callus. That would be awesome. That would be a really cool name. Season of the Warmind? Yeah, I think, what if they use the Season of the Plague name? That piece is looking good. Yeah, it's really good. It's like, it's like an only plate or something. Sponsor me. HelloFresh, please sponsor me. I'll do it. Give you a tune? I don't remember what the last cover I did was. Here, I'll show you this guitar though. I'll pull it up real quick. Timo's dead set on a Splicer season? I know, dude. He fucking loves it. I think I sent a picture to evade. More theories, please. Season of the Lord. I don't think they would do that because I get the impression the Iron Banner title is already Iron Lord. And typically our seasonal titles are the name of the season. You know, we got Splicer, Chosen. I guess we got Realm Walker for Lost. Find a fate. Oh, maybe I didn't send him a picture. Shit. Demon. Yeah, here we go. So here's my tweet about it. Beautiful guitar. Whew! Oh, I did do a cover. I did, didn't I do Warmind on this baby? One second, we're gonna find it. It wasn't so long ago. Oh, Sapek's not Warmind, that's right. Think sexy as fuck? I fucking know, right? I'm really bummed because, like I said, I broke one of the strings. Oh. There it is. How loud is this? Is that too loud? Just while I eat real quick. This is my new channel. Dude, this kid has sick hair. Next season will be something around Rasputin, and the trailer for Ratchet Queen, the craftable weapons for the future, so the Sayer weapons. Hey yo, really? Isn't that guitar so nice? I think my recording time is a little off here. But the best part's coming up here. My favorite. That's the Kiesel. My phone lit up. You can't see it, but my phone lit up and fucked me up right at this part. Who's my guitar god? I have a couple. My absolute guitar god, the person I think is the best at guitar on the planet, is Tim Henson of Polyphia. But I don't really play that type of music. Mine would probably be the signature that guitar belongs to. Just so fucking good. The guitarist for Ice Nine Kills. I just love all of that work. His name is Dan Sugarman. It's so good. What's the band around the nut for? Yeah, so strings, especially when you're recording directly into a PC, will have a lot of buzz, like string, like just fuzziness. And so if you put a band, that's actually just a piece of polyurethane, just a piece of foam. But if you just put any sort of cloth, sometimes I use a sock when I record to you, it behind the nut, it'll mute a lot of that extra just brown noise. It's pretty good. I did Anonymous. Tim Henson is not human, that's true. So yeah, that's the cover of Sepix Perfected. First thing I covered when I got the guitar. I do plan on doing another video for the new dungeon. Yeah. Almost done. Last piece. Sorry. What if Callus and Keitel reunite and Lord Saladin what? Oh, and kill Lord Saladin? So, a lot of the story around becoming a disciple requires, or seems to require, you being the last of your species. I think Callus's end goal is to become a disciple. I think he's made that very clear. And so I do not think Callus could ever side with Keitel, because even if he wasn't the last of his species, I think he'd be worried that she would try to get that power for herself. Yes, Razor! Exclamation point, Discord. Season of the Shadow. We already have a Shadow title, so I don't think they would do that. Plus, we're kind of done with the whole Shadow storyline. We've definitely moved on to Disciple. I feel like Shadows were kind of like Disciple 1.0, you know? Black Garden season? I kind of get the vibe we're done with Black Garden, but maybe. I feel like... Does anyone else get the vibe that Garden of Salvation was really supposed to cap off the Black Garden? Or do we think we're going to revisit that ever? All right, last piece. I'm going to go to the sink right there and rinse off my hand real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Here we go. So we're back. We can start actually breaking the shit down now. Season of the 9. I think the 9 are going to be very heavily Saga 2. Did you see that frame of Scarrow's ass? Are you serious right now? Dude, Scarrow's got cake. Shit. So there we go, man. Revisit Black Garden that's taken over by Siva. I don't know if I like that. Given that the Fire game doesn't end until Final Shape, I think there's more to the Black Garden. Oh, that's an interesting thought. All right, so let's start breaking down everything we know about Season 17. Then we're going to start breaking down everything we know about the future of Destiny, which is not a lot, but it's still something. And then, you know, in between we can have more discussions. So, bro, Destiny 2 Vlog was released 1 year ago today. Sheesh! That was World's 15th, bros. World's 9th normal. Very happy with that. Can't wait for the next raid. I'm bummed I won't be here for the dungeon, but I would much rather miss a dungeon than a raid. Let's be honest, right? Yo, Snazzy, by the way, dog. Everyone in chat, my man, Snazzy Rock. Fucking, oh, sorry. He solo 2-floored Caretaker. Like, what the actual fuck? Congratulations, my dude. I'm definitely gonna be going for that solo sometime soon. But that was a hell of a run to watch, my friend. Very good. Alrighty. I'm hoping the dungeon is Leviathan themed. Me too. Or DSC, either or. Alright. Last call unbroken. So, essentially, for the Season 19 release, they're taking a pass on Glory and how players engage with it in Crucible. What playlists offer Glory? How do players earn it? What does becoming Legend look like? So, every one of the past seasons is going to be a revamp of some core modes. So, Season of the Lost had a slight Trials rework. Season of this one, The Risen, was Gambit. Next, we have Iron Banner, and Season of the, let's say, Step on Me, Daddy Callus. Season 18 is going to be Strikes. They've already talked about that. And then have they? I think they've talked about that, but I forget now. And then season 19 is going to be a revamp of Glory. So pretty excited about that. Yo, what is what? It was a very tough thing to get done, dude. It was very, very impressive. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really cool that the run was only 6 minutes long. I was like, what the fuck? Flying. And so every season is getting a revamp of a core playlist. Now, let me tell you, one of the worst takes I've ever, I really hate seeing. I see this all the time. All the time. Every content creator does this at some point, and they think they're very clever for doing it. Where they're like, I would just like a season where Bungie doesn't give us any story and no new activities, and they just revamp all the core modes. Motherfucker, what? You might be sacrificing 3 fucking months of the game for that shit, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? They can clearly do this one at a time. They've been doing it. They're still doing it. That's an L take. Excuse me. Don't you goddamn shut up. Everyone who's ever said that. It's so many people have said that. It's literally like in the dozens. My friends have said that. Some of my not friends have said that. Some people I've never even met have said that. No matter who fucking says it, it's a bad take every single time. Top 10 ways to lose 90% of your player base over a season. Exactly. Literally exactly. That's the worst idea I've ever heard. Bungie is doing a fine job revamping these things. At least with Trials was a hit. The Trials population boomed. It's still pretty fruitful. I don't mind playing Trials, and I think a lot of the changes were really good. I think a lot of the Gambit changes were really good. I just don't think Gambit is good. So I'm not really sure if there's anything they could have done to Gambit to make me like that, to be fair. But all the changes they did make, I'm like, yeah, that was fine. This is fine. With the exception of how damage phases work, I'm not really a fan of that in Gambit. Everything we've seen of the Iron Banner change has been brilliant. So, like, Bungie obviously knows what we want and obviously knows how to iterate on things. Stop with the bad takes. Is this a TWAB? We're going through a bunch of previous TWABs and a bunch of previous interviews to break down what's going to be in Season 17 and everything in the future. Yep, Rainbow Six Siege did it. I didn't know that. Terrible decision. It was called Operation Health. It was 3 months of bug fixes and server updates. It works, but it was a boring 3 months, and a year later, everything was broken again. New issues came up. Yeah, it's a bad idea, man. Especially where, you know, Destiny has a deadline. Like, Saga 1 has a deadline. It is going to end, and we know when it is going to end. And so the fact that you're like, just take 3 or 4 months off, fuck it, make it a year, take a year out from the game. So shut up! Stop it! You do not speak for me! No, don't do that! Oh, man. Yeah, imagine if Bungie did a season dedicated to a core activity. Looks at Season of the Drifter. Maddie Jarvis has the best take I've ever heard, and you are absolutely correct. 3 Disciples, 3 Pyramid Ships. Moon, Europa, and Savathun's World. Callus is probably inside one. I don't think it's necessarily the whole Disciple thing. I don't think they have to be inside their Pyramid Ships. Rather that... So, like, if we look at Rolk's Eyes. So this is where I think the season is going. Rolk's Eyes. So, I'm not sure how many people have seen this. I think I did a video on it, maybe? Don't remember. So this is Rolk's Eyes. They're dead and lifeless, like this gray screen. Imgur is mad broken. Uno momento, por favor. Aha! So this is Rolk's Eyes. Very interesting. Rolk has, obviously, 6 eyes. They're all pretty cute. 4 of them are the sun. 1 is the symbol for the Brave family. And 1 is the astrological, or astronomical? I don't remember if this is astronomy or astrology. I think it is the official astronomy-based symbol for the planet Eris. Let me look up Eris symbol. Oh, it's the mythological symbol for Eris. That's my bad. Yeah, so this is the mythological symbol for Eris. And so obviously this is saying Eris and the Bray family. And now what's really interesting is we know the location of 3 pyramid ships. One is on Europa, or near the Bray family, and one is on the moon, or near Eris. And what this could mean is this could be kind of an omen that there are 6 pyramid ships in Sol, hence the sun. 4 of them are just kind of out and about in Sol. Sol being our solar system, by the way. Then Europa has one, and the moon has one. So they could be building up to 6 potential disciples for Final Shape or Lightfall. We still don't know if this is what this means. Does Rolk count himself as one of these? Or are there, 4 more? There's a lot of good stuff here. So this is really interesting. Could it be that 4 pyramids on the planets that were taken? Yeah, I guess it could be. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, those could say. I just feel like if it was like that specific, they would have had symbols representing, Titan, Mars, Mercury, and Io. Maybe after the planets were taken, the pyramids went somewhere else and looked for their disciples, or there's a million different things. So, yeah, it could be the 4 that are in the DCV, and that's the DCV symbol. That could very well be it. But this is obviously some sort of foreshadowing. Like, this is very deliberate by Bungie. Hey, look, this is what's happening. And so, I have said, since we found out Rolk, you can go revisit those streams. I don't know why you would want to do that. Just take my word for it. But if you want to call me a liar and go fact check, you can. I've been saying pretty much since this raid came out that this year, I think that this year is going to focus on more people becoming disciples. We killed Rolk. Now the Witness is going to need more disciples for this fight. And a lot of the stories from the last couple of years have perfectly set up people for this. Aramis is pretty much the last of the House of Dark, the last of the traditional Fallen. Aramis would make a great candidate for a disciple. You have Callus, who has been trying to commune with the darkness and has communed with the darkness. Pretty much the last of the kind of traditional Cabal. Maybe we'll try to come and kill the rest of the Cabal and become a disciple. Or we don't even know if being the last one of your kind is required to be a disciple. That's just what happened with Rolk. It might just be that you need to show promise or whatever. We have Shivu Arath, so that's 3. And then I have always said, I think the 4th one will be like a human, Clovis Bray, Eris, something like that. Because the humans technically need or could have one as well, and that would make it more impactful. And so I think that's what this year is going to be, is like things becoming disciples. And so Clovis Bray is basically Space Hitler. Yeah, so I that's like, and Clovis Bray already did kind of like a mass extinction type of thing. There's all sorts of stuff. Has been confirmed via the lore to have communed with the darkness. And so there's a lot of that, right? So this is clearly setting up, at least in my mind, the next season of Destiny. All right, so Unbroken is going away. Sorry, I'm getting work emails. As part of our updates to Glory, the Unbroken seal and title will be retired. Due to the multi-season requirements of Glory, Season 16 will be the last season for players to jumpstart it. So we only have to guild this 2 more times, in Season 17 and Season 18. And then it is gone. And then they said they're going to be replacing it. We are intending on replacing it with a similarly challenging seal, just with less required multi-season commitment. So yes, we are losing Unbroken, but it looks like they are going to be replacing it with another Crucible seal that is not the Iron Banner seal. We are going to have a lot of titles, guys. Yo, Sean, thank you so much for re-upping for 5 months. What if the end cutscene of Shadowkeep was the Witness talking through his disciple in the Moon Pyramid to us? The end cutscene. maybe that shows like the witness's intention on trying to make us the human disciple. That could be it. Maybe if that's what you meant there. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities in the dark timeline, as Gigo mentioned. Both Eris and Anna Bray ended up kind of turning to the dark side, if you will. And so there's a lot of that. What's wrong with titles that take a bit longer to get? I think they don't like the multi-season aspect of it. Is kind of my vibe. But we're gonna have a lot of titles, guys. So we are already next season. We'll talk about this. We're getting an Iron Lord title. We are getting a seasonal title, and we're getting an event title. Then, on top of that, the Iron Banner title. So that's 3 new titles. The Iron Banner title can be gilded. Deadeye, Flawless, Conqueror, Unbroken, Gambit. So 6. So we're getting 3 titles and 6 guilds next season. Sheesh. It's going to be fucking busy. That's for sure. Is Lightfall still on for 2022? No, I would expect all season. So I would expect it a year from Witch Queen. So in February. Bungie has mentioned. Can the event titles be gilded? I thought just the basic title could be gilded. They don't like multi-season titles. Should we tell them? Are you talking about guilds? Are you mentioning guilds? So that's a little different. But also, I guess the new event one is technically a multi-season title. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, the only reason they give here is they don't like the multi-season commitment. That's on Bungie. Don't come at me for that. Okay, they said that. But yeah. Sean, thank you so much for re-upping once again. And if anyone else would like to support the channel, the best way to do so is to become a channel member. YouTube is currently in the process of like revamping this whole thing, so there will be all sorts of, my understanding is, new perks and stuff. But you can type !member. It's the same thing as subscribing on Twitch, and it helps out the channel a ton. I really hope that if Aramis becomes a disciple, that the Traveler blesses Mithrax. Yeah, so we've talked about this too. It would be cool if this year was about like the darkness empowering people and the light empowering people, you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, Unbroken takes at least 3 seasons just to earn the title. Yeah, there's 5 event titles, 1 for each event, and 1. Yes, yeah, Forcer, I know. The overarching event title, I guess, is a little different, but because it's not as like skill oriented, it's time put in. Theodorus, what's up? As soon as I can, I will again. Sir Scarrow, hey, thank you so much. And once again, yeah, life always comes first. So if you can't financially afford it, then please do not. I think it's really dumb that the Traveler chose the Hive before House of Light. I think we're going to learn more about that, but we'll see, man. Okay. We're going to keep going. Yeah, so I think that's all from this TWAB. So we're done there. In this TWAB, what was there? Gambit Labs, Kilts for Kids. All right, so this one didn't have any future info. This one's a good one. Dungeons and Raids. Before diving into... Oh, this doesn't matter. One way we freshened up the raid and dungeon experience in Destiny 2 is by developing a new rotation of featured content that we think you'll like in Season 17. This is designed to make raid and dungeon content a bit more enticing over the course of a season, while also providing more ways to play when jumping into different activities with friends and clanmates. So raid rotations. So we're gonna talk about this. I want to see what you guys are saying. Remember when the Traveler dipped to the Throne World on his own accord and Zavala was like, oh, it's chill? Yeah, pretty much, man. Stephanie, I'm doing very well. How are you doing? I totally expect to look sneak Guardians at some point this year as ghosts realize they don't actually have to pick humans. Yeah. I kind of feel like you should be able to guild the raid titles and make the requirements to do a flawless run. I also feel like maybe a guild should be a thing. But also, you have the completionist side of me who is already spending an absurd amount of time gilding and earning titles and triumphs. And the idea of, you know, we're already getting more titles to guild, and the idea of having to do even more. Oh my god, I just can't even fucking... That's like... sheesh, you know? I'd love to see some sort of confrontation between Callus and Kaido. I have a very good feeling that that is coming. Certain titles should have one-time guilds. Yes. So I also think that titles should have a cap on guilds. You know, once you guild dredging 10 times, I feel like it should just be locked and you're just dredging 10. But once again, that's the side of me that doesn't want to do 2 Gambit resets for the next 15 years, you know, every season. Yeah, man. What's the theme? For next season, we do not know yet. Essentially, we're breaking up our new rotator system into seasonal and weekly categories. Once again, this is for dungeons and raid rotators, so that players can have a little additional freshness when taking on the weekly hunt for power. So let's start with our seasonal rotation. Each season, the newly released raid and dungeon that will grant pinnacle rewards for all encounters. As an example, in Season 17, Vow and the upcoming Redacted dungeon. Outside of these, we'll have a raid rotator and a dungeon rotator, each offering a pinnacle reward once completed. For those wondering about a weekly rotation, this particular inclusion will have a chance to feature all raids and dungeons not listed as the seasonal rotation. Want to revisit Garden of Salvation? Do it. Want to check in with Riven because you feel hungry for that wildly impressive final encounter? Weird, but get on it. Rewards, what's different here? For the weekly rotation, completing the final encounter in any of the chosen raids or dungeons will award a pinnacle drop. For any raid or dungeon that offers a higher difficulty, such as Master, that higher difficulty will also be available to select should players be itching for additional challenge. All lockouts on encounter rewards for legendary gear are being removed, which means that all legendary drops in both raids and dungeons will be at 100% farmable if you choose. That's pretty good. So we still have not gotten confirmation if this farming, say the new raid comes out, the revamped raid, whether it's Wrath of the Machine or King's Fall, say that comes out, will that be farmable day one? This does not answer that. They have not answered that. My assumption is no, but who knows? Pretty cool. I remember my friend leaving the game because he missed a dredging guild. Yes, I'm so committed at this point because I've, you know, max triumph score, max guilds. I've gotten every title ever. If I missed one, dude, I think I'd be crushed. I'm not gonna lie. So. Yes. Frustrating that farming only says legendary weapons. We may or may not be able to farm the exotics. That's really interesting. When King's Fall gets added, Vow will probably get added to the rotator. Yeah, no, it will be. It definitely will be. I think they'll start rotations with the new dungeon. Wait, so my question, I guess, yeah, there's always confusion about this. All lockouts on encounters for legendary gear are being removed. Which means all legendary drops in both raids and dungeons. So my question is, and always has been, and they have yet to answer this, does this apply for both the seasonal and the weekly rotators? Because keep in mind, the brand new raids and the brand new dungeons will still be in a rotator system. They say this. So we're breaking up our new rotator system into seasonal. Each season, the new released raid and dungeon will grant pinnacle rewards. It's in that seasonal rotator. And so I assume it's only the weekly rotators, but they never have confirmed this. So. I agree. Exotics are probably not going to be included in on that. Yo, Jay, what's up? What's up? I was playing Trials this morning with a 120 True Prophecy and Rangefinder Explosive Payload. Yes, I love that gun. That used to be like the Crucible. I don't know if they did something, but it felt good. That True Prophecy roll used to be like the best Crucible gun. The dungeons may have officially had their locations hinted at. No leaks or spoilers. Would you care to clarify, sir? That is my understanding as well, Maddie, but they have never clarified that, so. I hope Hit and Shattered Throne get new weapons. They almost certainly will not, unfortunately, Stephanie. But I do hope for in the future some sort of like maybe perk pool refresh would be really cool. Though the new dungeon probably already has uncapped drops. Yes, because that's how at least you can only get new drops on a weekly basis, but you can farm anything that you have gotten. Okay. Sandbox stuff. So, oh man, there's a lot here. I'm not going to go over it because as I said when we were originally going through this, it's so hard to put a lot of this stuff into like context with the game. A lot of this you're just going to have to wait and see what's going on. So, airborne gunplay. They are making it so you no longer have just ghost bullets in the air, or you're less likely to, but you get less aim assist in the air. So the bullets will actually go more towards where you aim, but you have to be very, very dead on with your aim to hit them. If you want more help with aim assist and you want your bullets to be even more accurate, you can spec into a brand new stat called Airborne Effectiveness. The higher that stat, the straighter your bullets go and the more aim assist you have in the air. Flinch mods are being retuned, and resilience now makes you flinch less. Reduce the number of one-hit kills in PvP. Special ammo is being absolutely gutted in PvP. Scavengers will no longer work, and no matter what, you will only ever pick up enough ammo to get one kill with your respective special weapon. So those are the three huge changes to Crucible coming next season. Obviously very overarching. There are a lot of specifics, but it's so hard to interpret things like cone angles and aim assist percentages and stuff when they don't have demonstrations, or you can't like play it and feel it for yourself. So we're just gonna wait to comment on these. Although it may not be certain, the Witch Queen Deluxe Edition that includes the dungeons have the dungeon cards art on the promotional image. Yeah, send me that. The Deluxe Edition? Witch Queen Deluxe Edition. I feel like I would have caught this. The art for it? Yeah, DM me here. Will that mean there will be a new adept mob for airborne efficiency? Potentially. What are your top choices for solar and arc weapons for season 2.0? Forbearance is the best arc weapon in the entire game. Obviously, like Trinity Ghoul and stuff are really good as well. Check DMs on Twitter or on... Yes, okay, Twitter. Yeah, I think those are just generic. Where did you find that picture, though? I know I've seen that. I think it's probably on the Bungie page. So what Immorality is saying is if you go here... Yes. So the Deluxe Edition has these two pictures for the dungeons, and I don't know. I mean, this kind of looks like, to me, like Dreaming City in gray. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I would not read into this. I wouldn't read into this, personally. But maybe. It's also hard with color palettes, because there's a lot of overlapping color palettes. Like, purple's very Dreaming City, but really it was Tangled Shore, which is gone. So, purple is not Europa. Bro, there's no... Have you ever been to Europa? Europa is blue, and that is it. Like, straight blue. And that's it. And, I mean, if you were going to look at it like that, then you would have to say, like, these colors correspond to the seasons. Season of the Risen was, like, Earth or some shit. There's nothing blue about... it was, like, Moon and Earth. And, like, I don't know. I think the colors are just to make things pop a little bit more. This looks blue? What? No. So, Presage was technically Tingle Shore. Oh yeah, I guess maybe. But what the fuck's gray? The moon, I guess, would be it. Mindscape was blue. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't read into those colors, but you can. Okay. So yeah, those are the large changes. There's also, yeah, glaives are getting changed. I'm trying to see. Yes, okay. So we're just gonna, those are the overarching changes. It's a lot. I think they start talking about the guns in this one, although it might have been that last one I just closed, actually. So the pinnacle weapon, or the ritual weapon for next season, is going to be an LMG. Hopefully it's good. Looking forward to it. We haven't had a solid LMG in a while. Probably like Deepstone. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Check Twitter DMs. Yeah, yes, it is worth noting, for sure. Especially if the first one lines up, then I get it. Are you fucking serious, Arska? So, give a killing tally. That might be a little strong, but also, I'm totally here for it. It's called Chain of Command. Maybe that's Chain Reaction. That'd be kind of cool. Yes. We are also getting a Fusion Rifle and Crucible. Shotgun and Gambit. A bow in Strikes. And then we are also getting a sidearm and a Fusion Rifle in Trials. I definitely think, and we know for sure that we are getting some sort of Fusion Rifle exotic for Warlocks. So I'm thinking this is going to be a very, very good Fusion Rifle season. Nightfalls, Horrors Least, and DFA are coming back. Pretty cool. And the Messenger and the SMG, the Shire's Wrath, are leaving Trials. So, imagine we never actually went into the Deepstone Crypt. I don't think that's true. I think the entire first, or no, the Deepstone Crypt is the. Am I not wrong? It's the entire thing. It's the thing in space. The satellite is the Deepstone Crypt. No. Or is it the, I'm trying to fucking remember. It might actually be the base on the ground, and the satellite was made to destroy the Deepstone Crypt. I actually think that's what it was. But we went past like clarity control and stuff. And why would they not keep that into? Why would they not keep that in the Deepstone Crypt? Over or under 10 new crafted weapons this season? I'm gonna say 6. 6 seasonal weapons. I think that's it. Oh, maybe a couple. I'm gonna say 6 seasonal and 2 world drops. Deepstone Crypt sounds nothing like space. I think that's the point. Yeah, I think the Morningstar. I think the point of the Morningstar was to crash into the Deepstone Crypt to stop intruders from getting that technology. That's why I was like armed with nukes. And so I think actually the first encounter is inside the Deepstone Crypt. Because we literally walked past clarity control, which was arguably the most dangerous thing in all of the Deepstone Crypt that we know about. It's literally a relic of the darkness that talks to you, you know? That's so powerful that it literally told Clovis how to make eternal life. So like, if you don't hide that in your super secret Deepstone Crypt thing, what the fuck are you hiding there? Like, I'm pretty sure that was that. They confirmed going forward that all seasonal dungeon and raid weapons will be crafted immediately. I do not remember them saying dungeon weapons will be crafted immediately. You got some sauce on that, Forster? So there's at least 12. Also, how do we know how many seasonal and dungeon weapons we're getting? I mean, has a dungeon, how many? So seasons usually have 6 weapons. I think dungeons usually have 4. Matador, Oh, they told us in the last swap what's coming in the dungeon, actually. Yeah, 4 weapons. Oh, and 2 repro. Okay, so that is 6. You're right. You're right. Yeah. So, yeah, okay. If they did say that about dungeons, which I need some sauce on, because I don't remember them saying that, that I guess that would be 12 craftable weapons. Personally, Lightfall and the Final Shape raids are going to have to really impress me after Deepstone's Spectacle and Vows intimidating aura. How about you, Scarrow? What are they going to do to top those raids? I have no fucking idea, but I'm excited for it. Now the question is, are these reprised weapons from Destiny 1 or Destiny 2? I kind of get the feeling they're going to do Destiny 1 guns until they run out of them. The most dangerous thing in the Deepstone is Icy Nips? Yes. Could the fact that the reprised weapons being part of the dungeon mean that'll be sent to a location we've been to before? No. So, like, think about, like, Grasp. Grasp of Avarice had 2 reprised weapons, being 3 reprised weapons being 1,000 Yard Stare, Matador, and Eyes of Luna. And all of those guns were vendor weapons or playlist weapons that had nothing to do with Earth. I don't think so. So, Season Pass exotic predictions? I think we've seen it. I think it'll be that linear or trace, Bungie new Crucible map week. I don't, fuck. What is it? What's the new map called? Leak's the wrong word because it came directly from, oh yes, right here. Oh, Polygon didn't even include the entire picture? Yes, they did. Okay. So I think, Bungie accidentally put this picture out and then they quickly changed it. This is a real low res picture, Polygon. Yes, Destiny 2 Disjunction map. Wasn't there a secret puzzle in the Val that told the future? Yes, I made a short on it. Pretty much confirming that someone's going to die in Lightfall. Oh, come on. I know. I looked at this picture before. It was definitely higher res than this. Oh, fuck yeah. Paul Tassie's always got my back. Daddy Tassie, thank you so much. Holy shit. There we go. So this, at least to me, is very clearly, or it looks very trace rifle-y. That's fucking wild, isn't it? A trace rifle or a linear. Could also maybe be a pulse. Like a pulse that has the Garden of Salvation model of that pulse. Yeah, so I think this is the seasonal exotic right here. And this sword is cool as fuck, and I honestly don't know what that is. So we just got a trace and a linear in Lost. Yeah, but you know they're kind of really building into it, right? So it looks like a sniper. I don't know about that one, dude. Maybe. But yeah, the sword could be the exotic as well. This could very easily be like the seasonal exotic and the season pass exotic and like a seasonal quest exotic. Or like the dungeon exotic and the season exotic or anything, man. By the way, what's the point of rotating raids just for pinnacles? No, farming them. There's a lot of stuff from the old raids that is like pretty good now. So what if the seasonal exotic linear has Siva infused bullets that will spread her? Holy shit, BVO, you took like a guess at what the seasonal exotic is, and you went 3 steps past that down the rabbit hole, dog. Has Siva infused bullets? I highly doubt that. Just that one, highly doubt it. That spread or explode when hitting a precision shot, kind of like Outbreak. Well, I don't know, man. How many exotics do you think you're getting? I think if you expect any more than 3, you're going to be disappointed. 3 weapons. I think we'll get... I would think... Seasons usually get 2, right? They usually get a season pass exotic, and they usually get a season quest exotic. On top of that, it has been confirmed that the dungeon will have an exotic. Although, with Season of the Splicer, if I'm not wrong, the Vex from the raid counted. Oh, but the raid was free to play. Dungeons are not. No, I think we are getting 3 exotics. I think we will get season pass exotic, dungeon exotic, season quest exotic. If you're expecting any more than that, you are quite literally setting yourself up for immense disappointment. It would be cool if we got 1. Splicer didn't have a quest. Vex was the second. Yes, but that's what I just had that internal debate with myself. The difference is everyone got Vault of Glass. Not everyone is getting the dungeons. You have to very specifically buy them on top of the season, where VOG was free for everyone. So 3. I think we will get 3 exotics. What's your idea on the story narrative? So I did think it was an Aramis themed season, but the way they're marketing the season, I think they're too confident for it to be an Aramis themed season. So I'm now going to a Callus themed season. I think this story is going to be Callus trying to become a disciple, and we're gonna have to deal with the ramifications of that. Also 3 armor exotics. There should be 3 armor exotics. 1 armor exotic per class. We already know Warlocks are getting some. I think, do we know if they're boots? I think they said they were boots, but I do not remember. But we know that Warlocks are getting new exotics. I almost just fucking knocked over my drink. Holy shit. So yeah, I think we're getting 3 weapons and 3 armor pieces. If you expect more than that, prepare to be blue balled. That's all I'm saying. I'm throwing that way out there. I don't think we'd have 2 Cabal seasons in a row. I wouldn't really call... This last season, I would definitely not call Cabal season. I mean, there was Cabal implications, and, you know, the Cabal were obviously part of this story, but we were not fighting Cabal. Now that we are at a point in Destiny where 2 or 3 of the 5-ish, 6 races are in every season, you're going to have double ups, for sure. I wouldn't really call this a Cabal themed season. I would call it more of a Hive themed season. We were working with Cabal, but we did not fight Cabal at all. Yeah, that's exactly. Decrease is right. That's like calling Splicer a Fallen season. Splicer is very clearly a Vex season. We were fighting Vex the entire time. That's just it, you know. I have always classified seasons based off of the main enemies, the antagonists of this season, not the protagonists. Because if it was a protagonist, you could say, every season's a human guardian season. I'm sick of it. Like, no, it's who you're fighting. Because that's what the gameplay is dictated by what you are fighting against. That's what makes the season. Cabal weapons, Cabal armor, Cabal exotic mission. Splicer is a Fallen season 2. Oh, no. I don't know. I don't classify things based on the loot. I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit. I mean, okay, so let's think about, like, what type of raid? I think this is a better one. What type of raid is Eater of Worlds? What type of raid is Eater of Worlds? Like, what are the what you know, raid what race is Eater of Worlds? And Worthy had us fighting Russians. It's a Vex raid. But all of the loot from Eater of Worlds is Cabal. There's one little Cabal skirmish in Eater of Worlds. Barely. It's not even an encounter. Eater of Worlds is a Vex raid, but had all Cabal loot. The type of gameplay is always very heavily dictated by what you are fighting, not who you are fighting with. Yeah, Worthy, you're fighting Fallen and Hive the whole time, I fucking think. The armor was, yeah, all that stuff, was, yeah, Russian. So, what's Crown? Crown is a Hive raid. Yeah, Crown is a better example, actually. Crown is a much better example. Crown is the best example. I can't believe I didn't think about that. You're literally fighting Hive the entire time. You're getting all Cabal loot, corrupted Cabal loot. Crown is... Final boss is a Cabal? Oh, for fuck's sakes, like barely. So, no. Yeah, Season of the Dawn was actually a Saint 14 season. Yeah, for sure. No, this season was like unapologetically, without a doubt, a Hive season. Specifically a Lucent Hive season. Yeah, that's just it. You know, that is just what it is. I expect next season to be a Fallen. We fight Fallen. But so it's either going to be a Fallen season if it's an Aramis themed season, or if it's a Cabal season, or it'll be a Cabal season if we're fighting Callus. So there you go. Didn't you say we couldn't judge the theme of season based on the protagonist? When did I... Yeah, I mean, I did say that, but where did I contradict that? This gets easier if you allow yourself to describe things in two categories. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Splicer was Fallen / Vex. But Splicer wasn't a Fallen season, dog. You never... No. I mean, it had Fallen implications, but it's just like... It's not. Dude. When you said Dawn was a Saint 14 theme season, that was literally me making a joke. I said that laced with sarcasm. Also, the whole Saint 14 theme season is because the joke there was the armor, the loot was Saint 14 themed in Season of Dawn. That was the joke. I was like calling out your argument, your perspective there, because that season was very clearly a mix of Fallen and Cabal based, and so I made the joke, or someone in chat made the joke, and I read it that it was Saint 14 themed because you have Saint 14 armor, and it was a Saint oriented season. Oh brother, holy shit. Yeah, you could do like a protagonist antagonist thing. So sure, this season was, if we go protagonist antagonist, was Cabal, Lucent, Hive. I think next season it will either be the Fallen or the Cabal as the antagonists. It could even be a Cabal season. It could be a Cabal as the protagonist, Cabal as the antagonists. Are helm weapons still obtainable through the helm table? I mean the red border ones for crafting. Yes, they are rare, Ibrahim. There are certain perks. So for instance, one of the upgrades for the table makes it so the first one you focus every week is red immediately. Other than that, they have a very small chance to drop red bar. I found you have a much higher chance by doing your weekly challenges. They drop red a lot of the time, or by opening the chests. Too much Cabal. We have found Vex along the Fallen. Oh, we fought Vex along with the Fallen, and then we fought Hive along with the Cabal. So maybe we fight Scorn or Taken. Scorn, yeah. Okay, that's another one. It could always be, if it's Callous, it could be a Scorn Callous season, definitely, for sure. Scorn as in Scorn working for Callous. Yeah, I could definitely see that. It could be like a Cabal Scorn season, for sure. For sure. Bungie has literally made the best Easter eggs and puzzles in the industry. I don't know why they don't make them anymore. There has been a long, break, but I wouldn't say they don't make them at all. There's been a lot of Easter eggs. VoW had a couple really large Easter eggs. Well, really one specifically with the foreshadowing, and it's been a while since even not. I was gonna say it's been a while since a community puzzle, but we literally had a community puzzle with the Witch Queen Collector's Edition. So, I get what you're saying, but I think it is a little bit misleading to say they don't do them at all. I think they're just focusing on different types than what we might like. Yo, Logan, what's up? It took me a while to find, so I know it's delayed, but DMG did speak on how raids would be farmable. Oh, nice, yes. Here, Skokteric, I've made you a temporary mod so you can post the link in chat. But be warned, I'm going to take the mod back. Sorry. But yes, you can post it in chat now. You should have perms to post it in chat. Can we agree that Leviathan was in a Lynx raid? All right, thank you. Can I see that link? Okay, here we go. All right, so you found this. I thought I was about to get rickrolled, dude. I was about to be mad. Oh, fuck yeah, nice. Will all raids and all dungeons game-wide be infinitely farmable regardless of rotation, or is that reserved for whoever's in rotation? Oh, well, that actually doesn't help. I appreciate it, but the problem is, see, this is the way they've been wording these things is the problem. Because there are two rotators. There are two very clear rotators where you have your seasonal rotator and your weekly rotator. The new rotator system is broken up into seasonal and weekly categories. Seasonal being the latest dungeon and the latest raid, weekly being all the previous ones. And so, my question is are both rotators farmable? So if, let's say, King's Fall comes out or whatever in Season 19, the moment it drops, it is now in the seasonal rotating system. Now, because it's in a rotating system, is that immediately farmable? I do not think so. No, they won't answer it. But I appreciate you finding that tweet. Just not quite. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't quite answer it. Season 18, yes. Sorry, thank you. Yes. Should I go to the kiosk and buy sunset weapons because of the no power leveling thing next season? No, I mean, if you don't use weapons in Crucible right now, then you're not going to use them in Iron Banner. It is what it is. So, yeah. Okay. So these are coming back. Good stuff. Would we flinch resistance, airborne effectiveness? They have pictures for it. It's a lot. I don't really feel like going through that. We already went through all this stuff. Nice stuff. You can now masterwork crafted weapons. To get your gold border on legendary crafted weapons, you will need to have an enhanced intrinsic perk and 2 enhanced traits. Pretty cool. Okay. I think next season we're going to fight the Hive with the Cabal on our side, and it'll be the same for the other season. You think all 3 seasons we're going to be doing the same rotation? I don't think Wrath is the returning raid simply because Outbreak is in the game already and they don't want to design a new exotic. I mean, Wrath will eventually come back, right? For sure. Yo, Connor, what's up? Forcer, I was worried about that, so I had my finger on the unmod button for as soon as if someone does that shit, I'm ready, dog. Yeah, I do think they'll make a new Siva exotic. I would not be surprised if it's like Dreg's Promise or Trespasser, but a Siva-fied version of it when that raid comes back. Telling y'all Leviathan. No, there's an interview. I don't think it's one of the ones I have, but Joe Blackburn directly discusses the 3 Destiny raids, Destiny 1 raids that haven't come back yet. And he directly says it's not going to be Crota's End. So he very clearly says the one coming back is going to be King's Fall or Wrath and Machine. Did anyone miss Expunged? Also, you get your hoodie? Yeah, I did get my hoodie. It's fucking very cool. Is it here? No, it's in my room. Very cool. Iron Banner changes next season. Very excited for that. So next week, or well, 2 weeks from now, starting next season, here's how revamped Iron Banner reputation will work. You play matches, and with each match, you earn more Iron Banner reputation. So it's got there's a name for that, like a streak, an Iron Banner streak. Win matches to earn a small bonus based on your current Iron Banner rank. It's cool. If you wear Iron Banner armor, you get more score, capped out at 200%. Or ornaments on your current armor or weapons. Complete the daily Iron Banner challenges to tack on an additional 100%. Use the Iron Banner emblem for 10%. So there's a lot of stuff you can do here to really just stack on your reputation Iron Banner and progress more quickly. Very cool. How about a Siva-fied Icebreaker? I get the Icebreaker nostalgia. I do not think they will ever bring back Icebreaker. Or if they did, it would be completely different. I guess Siva would be a cool way of doing that, but I think especially like, think about it. The biggest update for Crucible, I would argue, going forward, starting this season, is that special ammo is gutted. You're gonna see a lot less special ammo, period, in Crucible. And so a gun that regenerates bullets completely breaks that mentality. I think there's a reason they've strayed away from Icebreaker, and I kind of feel like that's a can of worms that Bungie does not want to open. I want the Siva to drain your health, like Tommy's, but it's a shotgun that fires swarms of Siva. That would be kind of cool. Isn't there a system in Destiny 1 where you got more rewards from Iron Banner if you wore more of the armor? I'm trying to remember. There was definitely a reputation system. I don't remember exactly how it worked, though. I think it was something like that. So, Revoker. Yeah, and they sunset Revoker for that exact reason. They do need to, I think, nerf Revoker again in preparation for these changes, but I'm not sure if they're going to. They've not made that clear. Talk about regenerating bullets. People are panicking like crazy. Yeah, we were just talking about that. What happened to the people on the Traveler Light? I have no idea what that means. I think when Touch of Malice comes back, I assume it will. I think it'll have a different perk. I think it'll be a lot like how they've redone almost every Destiny 1 exotic that's come back. I think it'll have a completely different perk. Maybe something that like pays homage to its original one, but is not the same. What happens to this? What happened to the speaker? He died. He got big dead in vanilla Destiny 2. We don't know next season's theme yet. We get a trailer on Tuesday morning. So these are really cool changes. Also for Iron Banner, there are daily challenges. That's really cool. There's a new Iron Lord title. It should not be cheesy or easy. What the fuck? Sorry, I completely reread that. With these new Iron Banner reworkings, a new seal and title will also be available to earn. Don't expect this one to be a simple or an easy grab. Being an Iron Lord is no joke. It requires dedication, gumption, and some spiffy gear. To set expectations for this new seal and title, Iron Lords hopefuls can expect to spend around 15 to 20 hours unlocking these flares. Some of the more hardcore players should unlock this in 1 week. So, Iron Banner is week 2 of the season. I'm going to miss the first 2 days, but I will be back on Thursday because I'm gone once again from Wednesday next week to Wednesday, the Iron Banner week. So 1 week. We're going hard, chat. We are going fucking hard. I'm getting this title week 1. I will be spending a lot of time doing this. Fuck it, I'll gild it that first week too. I don't know if I'll do that, but I'm going to be playing a metric motherfuck ton of Iron Banner. We're going to be getting this title week 1. Pretty excited. I mean, 15 hours isn't even that much. Let's be honest. We can know why 15 hours, right? Fuck. So not that bad. Wearing Iron Banner armor or ornaments, but you have to unlock them from 8 to 1. We'll probably get all our deleted gears for shards. So yeah, but once again, you can just put the ornaments on your existing armor, so it's not that bad. Saving any trials engrams for new gear. Yes, I do need to do that. Oh, that's one thing we can do this stream. I need to go and claim all my gear. Guild won't be available until season 18. Oh yes, I can read Forcer. Thank you. No, thank you for pointing that out. That was my bad. You're right. There's a new Iron Banner quest that you'll have to do. Iron Banner starts on week 2 and week 8. Yo, Lucian, thank you so much for the sub. Rift is back, baby. I'm very excited for Rift. A spark appears in the center of the map a couple seconds after the match starts or a point is scored. You can interact with it by picking it up, or so like you say, it's like got a circle around it, and then if you stay in that circle, you get the Rift. That's how it worked in Destiny 1. Or no, you actually had to hold select on it. It just had a long select timer. The spark itself is a buff that allows for full weapon and ability usage aside from super. For the first 5 seconds after picking up the spark, or for a couple seconds after taking damage, both teams receive a waypoint for this spark holder. After that, the waypoint only remains, for the spark holder's own team. If you die while carrying the spark, it drops on the ground where you died. If you hold on to the spark for too long, it detonates. I do not remember that being a thing in Destiny 1. The team resurrections are enabled in Rift, so make sure to help your teams in the middle push, as in, getting reses. There are no points for kills, just for spark dunks. So that's a huge change from Destiny 1. When the Rift is in Iron Banner, the hunt is on when your team has the spark. This means if you have any new Iron Banner weapons that are good, that have the Iron Banner buff, use that shit. Very good. There's also a new map. One of the largest maps, it says here. It is one of our largest maps yet, but features areas that are made for different combat styles. I'm excited for this. I think it'll be pretty good. Are you guys ready for Rift was better in D1 post? There's no way, dog. Rift in Destiny 1 got kind of toxic. Because the Rift didn't detonate, or the spark didn't detonate that I remember, you could just camp in your spawn, and you got more points if you were the Rift holder, or the spark holder, or if you were around the spark holder, I think. And so I remember a lot of 6-man groups just camping in a corner, just destroying by getting kills. I'm glad that's not a thing anymore. Solar, they actually changed it, and we already talked about the new armor, so and the new weapons. But yeah, they did change this out, so those Guardians were a little bit of a leak, but pretty excited for it. Zone control is coming back, no one cares. A couple other changes. Gambit reputation is being increased, so you have to play less Gambit. Let's get some claps. Yes, Bungie, best change. Thank you. Yes, you have to play less Gambit, which is pretty exciting. Overall gain should be about 25% faster, meaning you have to play 25% fewer games. Huge. There's a lot of spawn camping in Destiny 1 Rift. Yes, I'm excited for this. I feel like, especially with the maps in Destiny 2 being quite a bit different than Destiny 1 maps, I'm pretty excited for it. I think it'll be pretty good. I feel like a lot of the Destiny 2 maps are bigger on average than Destiny 1 maps. Just due to the fact that we move so much faster, and I feel like Bungie's had to make them a little bit bigger. There's obvious exceptions to this, Endless Veil, for example. Actually, maybe that statement's hard because I feel it's also hard to think about like so like for instance, Vostok feels a lot bigger than like your average Destiny 1 map. Is that true, or is that just because of how it's like spaced out? It's also hard because you have to think about like maps that have been sunset and maps that are still in the game and shit. It's hard to think about all of that at once. So, yeah. Yeah, my only worry about Rift is stasis and tether might make it a bit wonky to play. It'll be pretty crazy, man. But with the requirement for gilding, we'll be bumped up to 100. I don't want to do it. They've also fixed ritual reputation streaks, so that's best for you, which is really cool. And you can rejoin in Grandmasters. Everest changes. That doesn't really matter. Okay. Then the last one. Would you prefer to see Arc 3.0 or Solar? I think, for me at least, in the activities that I play, Solar on average is better than Arc on average. I think a Solar subclasses, Middle Tree Hammers is insane in PvE, well as insane in PvE. Solar Hunter, not really great in PvE, admittedly. In PvP, Golden Gun's pretty good, especially in things like, you know, Mayhem and stuff. Bottom Tree Hammers, I maintain to this day, is the best Crucible subclass in the entire game, for sure. And then, you know, in Arc Strider's fine. It's got its pros and its cons. The top tree Arc Strider is very powerful in PvE. A lot of people like Arc Strider in PvP. It's not my go-to, but I get it. Middle class Titan is great in PvE. Warlocks suck everywhere for Arc. So I think Arc subclasses in general need more help than Solar. Plus, I'm a big Forbearance nerd. I love the Forbearance, and it's an Arc weapon, so I think that would be fucking insane. So, very excited. But either way, I think it'll be fine. I have a lot of confidence in whatever Bungie does. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is also the argument, I've heard this from Scalf as well, a lot of people have mentioned this, Arc needs a lot of work, i.e. gives it more time in the oven, we should get Solar next. Yeah, I get why you might think that, for sure. And they also said that the Lance, or the Javelin, or whatever the fuck this season's relic was in PsyOps, that was testing for movement-based abilities in Arc 3.0, and it'd be kind of weird if they were testing while building Arc. So I could also see the feedback being they collected data this season to build it next season, debut it in season 18. I can definitely see that as well. There's a new secret about the Drifter. What is that? What if in Solar 3.0 we got 2 Celestial Nighthawk shots? Don't get your hopes up. But maybe. Okay, the last one. Yes, events. This is very cool. Solstice, just Solstice. That's right. We dropped the of heroes from our name. So Solstice is just going to be, you're going to have one set of armor. It will be upgraded through this event card. Very cool. Kind of like record books in Destiny 1, I imagine. A lot more streamlined. You can re-roll your stats on your event armor, on your Solstice armor, which is really cool. The EAZ is coming back, unfortunately, but they're adding a new game mode to it, which will hopefully make it more fun. And going forward, every single event will have its own title. So there will be a Solstice title, there will be a Festival of the Lost title, there will be a Guardian Games title, and there will be a Dawning title, as well as there's another separate title that is an overarching event title, which is really cool. Do they talk about the titles? Yes. And I think you can guild all of them. Finishing the event challenge will automatically earn you seal progress and unlock the title. Gilding event seals will require additional triumphs that can only become available after the standard seal has been gilded. So, lots of crazy shit. It's gonna be very good. It's gonna be very good, man. So there you go. Good stuff. And then other, just small things, but and news about the dungeon that's coming in season 17. It will be getting 1 legendary armor set per class with artifice versions. Pretty cool. 6 new weapons, 4 brand new ones, 2 reprised ones, 1 exotic weapon with the catalyst, 1 exotic accessory, and 2 legendary emblems. Pretty standard affair. And then trials, new armor sets based on Egyptian gods. Absolutely gorgeous. New ghost, new sidearm and fusion, as we've talked about, as well as this brand new sparrow, which better be as fast as always on time. Please, please, Bungie, please. I want to use other sparrows. You know what I'm saying? Event Slayer title, that'd be kind of cool. I'm down for that. Yeah. Pretty excited. Okay, so that is all of the base information we have on Season 17. There's also a series of interviews I have here that I have read at some point. Sorry for light mode. I have dark docs on, but it's not working for some reason. It's supposed to make everything dark mode. I think it's that one. Yeah. Well, it's not doing it, so that sucks. They should nerf always on time. Bad take, bad take, bad take, dog. No. Bad. Always on time is fine. Don't nerf it, buff the other ones. Make it so any raid, any endgame sparrow should be as fast as always on time. Anything that comes from a raid, comes from trials, comes from, let's say, dungeons too, fuck it, should be 190, like always on time. Far right? Oh, is it this one? Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. I was using the wrong one. I have too many add-ons. I appreciate that. So, this article is just a compilation of tweets that they didn't even hyperlink, talking about tweets from different game devs. I saw a lot of these. So we'll just read them. We'll just read these tweets. Yo, I cannot stress enough how good the next season of Destiny 2 is. This is from Dr. Hazel, who is a senior narrative designer at Destiny. It's phenomenal. Sphyxian, the Thixiosi, and me a little bit, who are they? I guess they're on the narrative team. Senior designers and senior narrative designers. Yeah, so there's multiple of them that they are talking about how good this shit is. You're gonna love it. Not only that, but the whole team smashed it out of the park. Brilliant. The next season has some of the first things I wrote for Destiny 2. I was so nervous and had tremendous imposter syndrome, but the narrative team has made me feel so welcome and appreciated. I'm so proud of what we've made. Very cool. There's been a lot of Bungie devs that have been tweeting about this as well. Ben Spirion has been talking about, he does a lot of the Eververse stuff. He's been talking about how he's made some of the coolest stuff he's ever made for next season. I'm trying to see if there are any more Bungie devs up in here. Tom, his name, the director for next season. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with names. I feel so bad. Farnsworth, Tom Farnsworth, who is the senior design lead and the creative lead for season 17, has been talking about it a lot. It will contain pants. Let's see what he says. He's definitely said some stuff. Let's see if I can find some tweets here. I don't know if I'll be able to find it here, but he has been hyping up this stuff as well. I don't know if it's in tweets or in like replies or stuff, but I've definitely seen him talk about it. Anyways, a lot of Bungie devs who worked on next season are very excited about it, which is really cool. Yeah, what does a narrative designer do? Is that like a writer but with more responsibilities? Yes, that is my understanding. So keep in mind, like, it's not only writing in Destiny, right? Because the narrative pushes its way into what activities you are doing. So, like, think about, like, you can write what Season of the Splicer is, but what's very important is that a lot of the, so like, Override and Expunge, like, those are activities, and while they don't design those activities, or maybe they have a hand in that, I don't know, the idea of the activities and the design and everything that flows through activities plays back narratively into the overarching story, right? And so a lot of, I imagine a narrative designer, what they do is working with a lot of other teams and being like, all right, this is what this has to do. This is the implications it has to have in the game. And then looking at the early builds and being like, yes. I think another great example would be like Vow, or like usually when you were doing a raid, think about like King's Fall. Every step of King's Fall is very deliberate. The first half of King's Fall, up until Golgoroth, is you doing the actual thing that people have to do to hold an audience and challenge orcs. And then Golgoroth is us using our light and kind of bending the rules a little bit. And that plays directly into the Golgoroth encounter where we're sitting in puddles of light and getting damage boosts and things like that. And then, you know, the idea of orcs' daughters being able to weave reality and stuff like that directly plays into the name of things and the mechanics of encounters. And so narrative designers, I imagine, have a very hard role of not only writing the overarching story, but making sure all of the little things that other teams work on tie back into that story in a way that can be considered canonical and coherent. So it's a lot of really cool stuff. Luke Smith is the lead writer. No, Luke Smith is kind of the Kevin Feige of Destiny right now. His job is making sure everything across all different media are connected. Let's see what his official... It might even go further than Destiny at this point. I don't remember what his official job title is because he just got promoted like a year ago. Luke Smith is the executive creative director of Destiny projects at Bungie. Exactly. So executive creative director. So he has the entirety of all Bungie's Destiny stuff in front of him, and he has to put them together to make them make sense. He's quite literally Kevin Feige for Destiny. So yeah, there you go. Kind of like a planning engineer. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of looking at like a narrative designer for sure. I mean, there are definitely some roles in the game that are just so unbelievably important that we just kind of take for granted, right? The narrative team, because of how Bungie makes the game, just has to be so ingrained in everything, down to like how enemies behave and what they do in their attacks and stuff, you know? The fact that, like, for instance, Rolk is very arrogant in the lore, and he thinks he's better than everyone. He thinks he's more than a god, and the fact that plays into the encounter where he is very arrogant and just toying with us and not using his full power until his final stand is brilliant, and that plays directly into the encounter. So that's a huge narrative and character development plot that's woven directly into how we interact with an entire raid boss and how the mechanics and the different stages of that fight work. Very cool, right? So you got to think like these people are at every single stage of the design process, making sure it all makes sense. So there you go. I think that's really cool. All right, we have this interview by Dexerto. I've always said that wrong. Bungie's on Destiny 2's future. Witch Queen is a moment of acceleration towards the end. So this was pre-Witch Queen. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I think our adjustment from being a big campaign game to a live game has changed our focus quite a bit. Says Project Lead Blake Battle. we've definitely seen the last couple of years of renewed interest from our fans and when it comes to more long form story content. And so with the Witch Queen, we really wanted to double down on that, and we just had to be a very concerted effort on having a little bit more runway to tell a more thought out story that's built into a greater narrative of the Destiny universe. And I think this has been very apparent since probably Shadowkeep or Forsaken. I'd say like Destiny very much used to be like, what's the story of the week? And they've definitely like just completely gone away with that, which is really cool. Yes. Okay. Version of Destiny. I could say that we're planning a legendary difficulty mode for Lightfall battle reveals, but without Geo Blackburn here, I'm not going to go further on that right now. And what's really cool is Andrew Hops. He used to be kind of the story lead, or the environment lead for raids. He was part of the raid team, and he has transitioned over to the campaign leads. And my understanding was he did the lead on the Witch Queen campaign, which is probably why Witch Queen campaign got a lot more raidy, had mechanics and replayability and stuff like that. And he has been confirmed to be doing and leading the campaign for Lightfall as well. So I would expect an equally as awesome campaign from Lightfall, which is really, really cool. I want the reprise raid to be Wrath of the Machine, but I think it'll be King's Fall. Not a great reason, but the way the weapons look would make more fresh since we don't really have weapons like that in Destiny 2. I think that all in all, King's Fall probably is more popular than Wrath of the Machine. And it would be a smart move for Bungie to bring that back first. I think. It would probably... But Wrath would need less work to become a Destiny 2 raid, so I'm not really sure. I think that with a renewed emphasis on campaign and depth, it's not just about adding difficulty or adding length. It's also about a meaningful experience, and so adding a legendary difficulty campaign allowed us to create an experience for those players that just want to be a little bit more engaged. So really leaning into this, hey, campaign should be more difficult and replayable. This is stuff like post season 17. This is more going into the final shape. When we look at the roadmap now to final shape, we are definitely focused on building momentum and driving towards this dramatic conclusion of the Light and Darkness saga. When you see something that feels like a piece being placed and you think it's going to be relevant later, I say you might be right. In Destiny 2, we have a lot of open threats that we are planting year after year. And I think for the past couple of years, we really wanted to, instead of adding new ones, try to bring everything to a conclusion. And Savathun was one of those big characters that were there that was impossible not to address. We're also going to try to bring everything back to that final shape. But not everything is probably going to be resolved by that, and we want to keep some mysteries alive. So I really think this is them saying things like the 9 will not be resolved, I think, until Saga 2. So very cool. We look at this like long-term planning. What are we trying to do over the next several years? We view this as like a moment of acceleration towards the end. When we talk about all of this, these last few releases, I look at the Light and Darkness saga as Destiny 1 vanilla all the way up to the final shape. And this thing that we're working on now, Witch Queen and Lightfall, is kind of an acceleration towards that end. And so this kind of brings up this roadmap that Bungie showed at GCX. Bungie Lightfall roadmap. I showed it in a video once. Yes, here. So Bungie showed this roadmap. I feel like I used a clearer picture of this, but I guess not. So every year, not GCX, every year at GDC, Game Developer Convention, Bungie does presentations. And this year, their presentation, I forget who did the presentation, but they had a series of presentations over how to maintain a live service game. And at this convention, they showed how they stagger their DLCs, expansions, and seasons, and how they are going forward. What is very interesting is, so you can see here, Beyond Light. So the tail, the chevron, is where development starts, and the point of the arrow is where development's, like, that's when it releases. And so you can see here, Season of the Worthy came out, and then Opulence, and then Hunt, and then Chosen, and then Splicer, and then Lost, and then 30th, and then Risen, and we are here. And so, you know, actually they have it here where Witch Queen seems like it was supposed to come out a little bit after Season of the Risen. That's obviously not what happened. That's very strange. That might actually just be perspective because we're out of side. But you can see that there are, for Lightfall, 4 seasons planned. For Final Shape, 4 seasons planned. And then with Final Shape, very soon after Final Shape starts development, something else is starting development. And so they're obviously already planning for what's after. What does Saga 2 look like? Is it going to be a Destiny 3? I mean, they're starting development really early for it not to be something gigantic. Is Final Shape going to come out and then there's a little bit of a break with no seasons, 6 months or so, and then we get a huge another expansion half a year later? What is this going to look like? And so you think this might be a live event? No, these are like actual content drops. I would not expect any of these to be something as small as a live event. These are paid expansions and seasons for sure. And so we can see that Bungie is planning well ahead. They have at least the next 2 years and the following expansion planned out, at least on paper. And so you know when they're talking about this, talking about setting up for the future and bringing everything back and you know, sowing seeds and then doing all these loose ends and concluding them and stuff. It's very deliberate at this point. And I think that is really easy to see with how the storytelling has improved over the last year. And I'm really excited for it. We need a secret mission or quarters of time type event. Been quite a while. I completely agree. I hope we do get one soon, but we will have to wait and see. What happened to the people afraid of the Hive and why? I don't really understand what that question means. What happened to the people afraid of the Hive? I don't know. But yeah, Venomous, I agree. I would really like another secret mission. Specifically, I would love a community puzzle as well. But I think, you know, I think we are well past due another like actual secret mission. So 9 theme season. I do not think we will see the 9 until Saga 3, personally. I also I wanted to do this. Someone made a bingo game for. Do you have to guess it? Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh shit! I didn't even know this was... Okay, so we're going to do a season 17 prediction. Okay? I'm going to do a season 17 prediction. 1 second. Let me write this shit down. So, you get 10 points for everything you get right, and you lose 5 points for everything you get wrong. So, theme of the season. Okay, so if I'm saying it's Callous, are Scorn or Cabal more likely? I mean, it's been so long since we fought Fallen, dog. We literally have not fought Fallen since Beyond Light. It's been over a year. Scorn has been 2 seasons. Cabal has been 4 seasons. Cabal or Fallen? Cabal or Fallen? I don't know whether to double down on Aramis or double down on Callous. What do we think, guys? We doubling down? Who made this? This is on Time Wasted on Destiny. Are we doubling down on Fallen or Cabal? Callous or Aramis? I really think it's gonna be Aramis, dude. But I just don't know. That doesn't justify this marketing campaign. I just feel like if they're this confident, it's gotta be Callous. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Scott. Fuck it. I'm going Fallen. I'm doubling down on Aramis. There's my original guess. Main characters. Oh, Callus or Aramis? What? It literally put both of my guesses in one. I get 3 guesses here, though. Main characters. Yeah, Callus, Aramis. Definitely Eris and Ikora. Mithrax. Oh, these are my 3? Oh, shit. Actually... Fuck. There's so many good ones here. I mean, it's got to be Saladin, right? Mithrax, I think Callus Aramis it's got to be those. Those are literally the crux of both of mine. If it's Aramis, it's got to be Varix, and if it's Callus, I mean, it's got to be Kydal, right? But they literally just did Kydal. They just did Kydal. It's been a while since we've had a Saint or an Osiris season, though. Well, I guess one season because it lost. Ikora was also heavily in that season. Savathun, no. Drifter of the Nine, no. Rasputin Anna. I mean, we're definitely going to have a Rasputin season coming up. Yo, Nicholas, thank you so much. Okay, that's what we're going with. We're going with Fallen. Keitel. I'm writing this down just in case I can't find this. Keitel, Zavala, Mithrax, Varix, Palace, Aramis. Sloan sweep. Season plot points. Callus returns. Aramis gets defrosted. Do I just like hedge my bets and do both of them? Like, fuck. Forges are lit back. No. Aramis uncovers a new threat. Or Eris does. Key character dies. Siva returns. Oh, shit. I'm gonna hedge my bets. I'm hedging my bets here. Main activities, menagerie style, dunk this into that. That is literally, those are the same thing. Riddles and puzzles, fuck, I wish. Escalation protocol, speedrun obstacle course, clear capture, explore and collect, infiltration, do not get spotted. Yo, Solar, thank you so much for the super chat. I must say, all things aside, this season sounds awesome. I know, I'm excited. Track down bosses, charge artifact, deposit modes. It has to be deposit modes. That's literally every fucking season. I'm gonna do deposit modes, dunk this into that. And if it's an Aramis season, what could it be? It's got to be like stop something, clear or capture. That does. I'm gonna do these 3.
Get your rock off my map.
Yo, yeah, Solar, thank you once again. I really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna do dunk this, dunk, deposit motes, of course. I mean, it's always motes, and clear / capture. Okay. Season main archetype. I've already said I think it's a trace rifle, so we're gonna go with that. Dungeon theme. Fuck. It's either Rasputin or Fallen. Reprised Destiny 1 weapons. Why is there only 6 options? I'm not gonna, I don't think it's any of these. It won't be a Crota dungeon. Bungie, and we'll find it. They directly said they are brand new experiences. It cannot be Crota per Bungie. I'm literally not putting reprised D1 weapons, none. It's no, the trespasser thing in the TWAB was a mistranslation from Italian. You guys are reading into a bad translation. It literally will not be trespasser. I bet you guys 10 gifted subs. 10 gifted subs. Whenever I can do them, I will gift out 10 subs if Trespasser comes back next season, because it will not. It literally will not. 10 gifted subs. Clip it, hold me accountable. It might have been Japanese. I thought it was Italian. Maybe it was Japanese. Either way, will not happen. I'm willing to stake $50 on it. That's like how confident I am. Element rework. I want it to be Arc. I think it's Solar. Does gifting subs work here on YouTube? Sorry, I will gift 10 memberships. That's my... I'm literally... Yeah, I don't think any of these are returning. I will gift 10 memberships. Sorry, I'm used to the Twitch terminology. Yes, I will give 10 memberships. Same thing. You saw the leaks, that doesn't count, so wide bet. I do, because it wasn't... It's not a leak. It came from a TWAB that was a bad translation. For sure. I do not look at leaks. I do not like leaks. I do not look at leaks. And I ban people who talk about leaks. But also, the Trespasser thing was from a TWAB. Maybe it was Japanese. I thought it was Italian. One of the two. It was a bad translation. I don't think it'll force me to choose any of them because there's no, like, submit. This is just me looking at it. Can you send the link to chat? Yeah. It can't be a Crota dungeon. I'm telling you guys. It cannot be a Crota dungeon because... Let me find this. It was in the Destiny 2 event reveal. Or, Witch Queen reveal. I've literally shown this on stream before. Okay, no free advertisement. What the hell's going on here, dog? What's going on here?
Transformations since Shadowkeep. We're dedicated to creating an evolving, interconnected world that puts your guardian.
That gives the wielder the power to...
All right, so the next chapter in Destiny begins right after this stream with Season of the Lost.
I don't think it was this one. Are they playing this again?
Weapon crafting, our definitively Destiny campaign, the glaive, and a year full of updates to all our light-based subclasses. All of this and more is coming alongside Savathun's.
The dungeon holds one more secret. The crown jewel of its weaponry is a Destiny 1.
Trying to figure out where they talk about it at.
In a season.
No.
One of the changes I'm most excited about are the updates to the light subclasses every season in year 5 of Destiny 2. We're adding aspects and fragments similar to Stasis. We'll be starting with the Void subclass update that goes live alongside the Witch Queen. But the Witch Queen is only the beginning of what's to come.
Is this...
And Season of the Lost is the prologue to that story. It starts off with Marasov's return to the Dreaming City.
I'm trying to see where they talk about the deluxe edition. That's where they talk about it.
But the Hive God of War, Xivu Wrath, has reemerged and has Guardians and Mara
to match their power. Elegant. It's a cape of the battle.
So blast.
We've come out of chess at the end of mid.
I think it's these guys.
Ultimate Kings, power weapons, the Witch Queens, both yours.
But let's get right into the meat of it.
We want Guardians.
Feel like just
do a class for the enemy god punch.
Want a place we go to have the ghost. Teasers edition.
Excited for this one.
That's one. Perfect. Lift.
We don't see some.
So at this point, you can see Savathun has been one of our greatest threats.
So about the overarching story of Destiny
and new direction. So fellow Guardians.
You've redeemed every story and built alliance.
Living interconnected after release been on since Destiny 1. But make no mistake, Destiny 2 will not. We're building not so much to an in.
We announced the Witch Queen and the fall.
Oh, but so it's Blackburn that mentions it? Yo, Evade, what's up, dude?
In the works, of course. Incredible.
And,
It gives me that. Now,
Yeah.
Thank you. Started talking about the Witch Queen today. You've got our first peek at all our light-based subclasses.
I think I went too far.
To the conclusion of the light and dark side fall.
Year of Destiny with 4 great seasons.
Right here.
With all of the narrative, events, and rewards that you've come to expect from us. But there's even more coming next year than just our new seasons. The deluxe edition of the Witch Queen will also include 2 brand new dungeons to be released in 2022. And we're also going to be remastering another classic.
I think they talk
Destiny
more
1
about
raid
it. I thought there was
and
another
releasing it
one.
free for all players.
This means going forward, starting this December with our 30th anniversary event, there will be a new piece of raid or dungeon content in the game every 3 months. In 2022, we will also be adding legacy rotations for raids and dungeons, meaning every week there will be new ways to earn rewards in both the latest and greatest content and raids and dungeons from the past. If you love amazing in-game content, we want to prove that no other game offers more quality and more variety than Destiny 2.
We hope that
I thought there was another line about this.
Witch Queen pre-orders are available wherever you play Destiny.
1 second. Maybe it's in the pre-order. Let me pull this up real quick. Destiny 2 Witch Queen Deluxe. I swear. Shit, I swear it talks about it, dude. I know I've seen it, I don't know where. I'll keep looking. And if I can find it. I'm like 90% sure they confirmed at some point that it is all brand new content. Maybe in a bit of it. When was the reveal? It was like in August, right? Because I feel like they would have, yes. I feel like it would have been in this one. No, these are void. Shit. I know they've talked about it. I'll have to find it. All returning Destiny 1 content is free, so it wouldn't make sense to charge for a Crota dungeon. That is also true. They have directly said that all returning Destiny 1 content will be free. This is just something I saw that was very interesting. I don't know who Charlie is. Oh, Charlemagne. Yeah, so we're in the last 2 days before the new season, and only 74 players have maximum triumph score, which I think 156, 531. Let me make sure I have it. What's he trying to find? I'm trying to find where they said the dungeons will be, like, very explicitly new content. Did they bring back Cade 6? Nah, dude. Cade 6 is big dead. So, 156, 531. Alright, so I have max triumph score. Yeah, so there's only 74 people right now that have maximum triumph score. Shadowkeep had 304. Just in the beginning of this season, 25% fewer people have maximum triumph score. So, seems like a lot of people in the triumph score grinder are, you know, not feeling it anymore, which is really interesting. I wonder. Oh, now it's 80 people. So it's increasing. There's a couple people that seem to only be 5 points off. So 5 points off is probably just the platinum trophy. So, oh, you're one of those? Can you see if you're there? I mean, I can look. Oh, there's me. Dawson, it's not liking your name, bro. Wait, why'd it go back? Oh, it's just the same page over and over. Oh, I'm already at page 0. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Pain. That's fine. I think there was something here that I wanted to read. I forget what it was. Sorry, I'm skimming through this. No, okay, not this one. Witch Queen and Story of the Lost. No, not this one. Sorry, I'm just trying to find things where they mention future seasons. I thought they did in this one too, but maybe I should have taken notes on these. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. The Light versus Dark season, our story arc, was originally going to be comprised of 3 expansions, Beyond Light, The Witch Queen, and Lightfall. Why do you now need a 4th with the final shape, which was announced last week? I'm sure Joe can add stuff here. This is Justin Truman and Joe Blackburn, who are the 2 Destiny elites right now. But the simple answer is that when we plotted out exactly what story we wanted to tell, it was clear that we couldn't wrap it up by Lightfall. We knew the beat that we wanted to tell with Beyond Light, we knew the beat that we wanted to tell in Witch Queen, and we knew where we wanted it to end. But when we tried to squeeze that into a single year, we realized, you know what? We actually need 2 years to do this right. It's super important for us that the saga doesn't feel like it's just concluded with a single expansion. You know, a nice, quick campaign, and then on to the next thing. And so we've done a lot of work narratively, more work narratively than I think we ever have in plotting the roadmap and making sure how many things we need to get into place. There's a line we've been trying out for over 10 more expansions, and it feeling too abbreviated, but I think we found a pretty good balance. We're pretty excited about the sort of characters and villains that you're going to get to see over the next few releases. Talking more about... Yeah, okay. So that was the last one. Talking more about how very deliberately talking about how long Destiny is going to be. So they have everything mapped out to at least final shape. I would be surprised if they don't have the beginning of Saga 2 mapped out as well. Where's Shiro 4? So we were talking about this the other day, and I think the general rule of thumb for people should be, if it was introduced in Rise of Iron for the most part, you should probably forget about it. Obviously, some Siva references have been made in the recent past. Outbreak is in the game. But for the most part, things that were introduced in Rise of Iron, so Aphrodite, Shiro 4, you know, the Iron Temple, us becoming Iron Lords, etc., the Splicers. These are all things that have been very forgotten in the game. And I don't know, like, necessarily why, but it's pretty clear that Bungie's been doing that deliberately. And so I'm not sure if they're saving that for maybe Saga 2, or if they want to make their way through the rest of the Destiny 1 stuff before they make their way through the Siva stuff. But a lot of stuff's just been forgotten, man. It's the thing on the top left here, consumables. This, you get it from the relic on Mars. It tells you how much of each currency you have. What? Can't forget my boy Shiro. Yeah, man. Sure. Just DM me on Twitter, interview where Joe talks about what's coming back. Coming back? Oh, yes, nice. Huge, Jonathan. Thank you. Yes. So this is where Joe Blackburn talks about the raids that are coming back. So here it goes. In a recent interview with PC Gamer, Blackburn said, "We want to bring back a banger. So it's really about the complexity of bringing back the raids from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. I think by saying it will be one of the big raids, that takes one out of the equation." So that was the direct quote. Thank you so much for finding that, Jonathan. They directly confirm that the raid coming back next season is in fact from Destiny 1. It's not a returning Destiny 2 raid. And he pretty much strikes out Crota's end as saying like, no, it's not coming back. So it's either Wrath of the Machine or King's Fall. Probably King's Fall. Okay, so now I have to sit here and open all of these. We could also just do this Tuesday morning, you know? Give us something to do Tuesday morning while we wait for the trailer. What do we think about that? Good move, bad move? The fuck is this?
Requisition approved. Remember.
Yeah, maybe I'll leave it for Tuesday morning. Have they said what time maintenance is happening on Tuesday? That would have been in the This Week at Bungie. Undergo scheduled downtime from 12 Eastern to 2 Eastern? Oh, yeah, I mean it'll go down to 9:45. So at 12:45 Eastern and come back at 1 Eastern. So it's not going down for extended amounts of time, it doesn't look like. Did you bounty prep? No. No, I did that. I didn't know that Zavala had a thing for me. I've already claimed my rewards. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the helm real quick. Yeah, maybe we'll do that Tuesday. I'll give us some stuff to do while we wait for the trailer to drop. One hour 15? What? No, was that not just 1 hour? Was it not 9:45 to 10? Yeah, 9:45 to 10. It's 15 minutes, not an hour and 15 minutes. Destiny 2's brought offline at 9:45 Eastern or Pacific or 12:45 Eastern, and it's back up at 1 Eastern. So yeah, no, it's just 15 minutes. But no, I did not bounty prep. I only bounty prep for new raids. That's kind of my long-standing rule. What's a better GL, Forbearance or Dead Messenger? Forbearance, in my opinion. It heals you, and it's just so good. So good. I do really like Dead Messenger, though. Okay. So now we'll focus some gear. Let's do one of each piece. Sheesh! I'll take that. Garbage. Garbage. Okay, that helmet's going straight in the vault. Are Charles Mementos guaranteed if you don't already have one? Yes, when you go flawless, they are. Why's your hunter ugly? Excuse me? The fuck did you just say to me? Oh yeah, he's not tripped out right now, actually. Better. Oh shit, I just put my stompies in there. That was not what I meant to do. Oh Jesus Christ. Give them back. I can't live without my stompies, bro. How do you get those logos around your hunter? That is from Guardian Games. If you participate in Guardian Games, you get those. The left shoulder's for getting a platinum medal. The right shoulder's for doing platinum score in the competitive playlist. All right, everyone. So I think that is going to wrap up our live stream looking at what is coming in Season 17 and the future of Destiny. Stompy's addicted hunter. Yeah, seriously, dude. I'm very excited. Like I said, maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow night. I'm not really sure, but definitely Tuesday morning, gearing up, waiting for the trailer. And then from there, going into the new season. And, you know, kicking ass and getting paid and being really excited. Very excited, guys. Everyone have a fantastic night. Take it easy. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone. See you guys.